6 points to 14. Can Wakefield fashion a win? Can Bradford get what might be, come early part of next week, if the Rugby League decide to dock them some points for entering administration, would be an absolutely vital 2 points. This is a booming kickoff from Jamie Foster, and well, Peter Godinay got away with that courtesy of Talima Tautai.
Very fortunate indeed. Well, that wouldn't have instilled a lot of confidence in their coach Richard Agar, who I presume would have taken strips off them. Very fortunate indeed. They really have to up the tempo. A little bit more running from the dummy half position as well.
And a little bit more discipline, Steve-O. Seven penalties Bradford have received. Wakefield have had 4.
Sorry, Eddie, last week the teams were averaging 7 penalties conceded in a whole game each. Now Bradford in the first half have conceded that amount, so you're absolutely right. Wakefield, I should say, have conceded that amount. Bradford will be working on that, seeing if they can exploit a few more and drag a few more out of this Wakefield team.
McShane with a kick from dummy half, turning Luke George around, but far too strong that it runs harmlessly over the dead ball line.
Well, at least it gives them the opportunity to line up on that quarter line, as it was not a highlight in that first 40 minutes for the home side of the kicking game, I should say. Discipline was poor.
Well, from a Wakefield perspective, Mike, if they can find some field position, build some pressure, I'd like to see, for me, the little bit right-side-ish, where Godinay stands in good ball in the right end of the field.
Oh, they may cough this up.
Yeah, they may well be able to pick it up, gone on the first play.
Well, it's a free play. It's going to go bouncing harmlessly out over on the far side. So the referee will bring them all the way back to where the original offence took place. The original mistake took place. And it's going to be head and feed to Wakefield at the scrum.
Well, if they can fashion some good position now at this end of the field, they've been a little bit right-side-ish. Wherever Godinay has been, that's where they've gone. For me, Luke Gale standing on the other side of the field, and he's the most formidable player for the Bradford Bulls. He's doing all their work in attack, calling all the shapes, kicking all the plays, passing all the balls. Now with Sam on the field, you get a more even balance. You want to try and attack that left-hand side just a little bit more.
I can't help but feel Paul McShane might have been better off taking the tackle over on that side instead of kicking the ball away. You had Bradford at 6 and 7s. Get down, play the ball quick, and keep punching down that left-hand side.
Yeah, you seem to have fallen now in the modern game of you have to kick and run that play, and kick the play. Running it is just as good.
Well, this time, Chev Walker hangs on grimly to the ball. Didn't make much progress forward, but he holds on. It's important for Wakefield that he does. Here's Raleigh. Raleigh then to Samet. Samet gets the pass away to Mathers. He, in turn, gives it to Kermond.
Now, you talk about Peter Godinay. He's taking a lot of the first receiver, and they've got to have someone coming short of him. On a couple of occasions, he's wanted someone there short, and he's taken a real hammering.
Tautai takes the tackle standing up, picked up off the floor by McShane, one-handed, long pass, and Collis puts it down.
I think that was really meant for Peter Fox. I really do believe that they had the opportunity. It was meant for Fox, and Collis just got in the way of it.
And again, for me, Wakefield have gone to their right-hand side. Whether they've executed that play well or not, they always keep going to the right-hand side.
Whether that was meant for Collis or Fox, I just think it was totally the wrong play. Either one, had they caught it, I think they would have been bundled into touch. It was a strange decision to go down that side. Looking back at it, there's nothing on. There's no reason I can see that Paul McShane goes and throws that ball.
In game plan, in preparation, Lee Gaskell should have been standing 2 or 3 in on that left edge. Maybe they're still stuck in that mode of that's where they were supposed to go. Possibly. I think at this point now you've got to look up and see where the holes are, because Danny Addy's a back rower. He can defend as well as anyone.
Yeah, and I must say that this guy is having a dream of a game. Matt Diskin, I said in the first half that he was overshadowing his opposite, Paul McShane. And Richard Agar has got a little bit more enthusiasm from McShane in the second half. Good take.
Yeah, well claimed by Riesling. Oh, and then he just surrenders the ball to Luke Gale. Great ball out the back. Here's a chance for Bradford. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Luke George. And Luke George will score. Well, a huge error from Riesling. Gifted the possession to Bradford. And Francis Cummins, well, he's barking the instructions down the walkie-talkie, one of the coolest coaches in the business. And of course, if he does get Bradford out of this deep hole that they've suddenly got themselves in, he will have done a fantastic job and he will be the saviour.
It was a high kick, took it well, and then just fumbled. Oh, what an error. It was always going to be a problem. Beautiful pass inside. Okay, it was fortunate, he got the bounce, but you've got to give him credit. At least George was there to pick it up.
And running the free play as well, Steve-O. This is one that we've seen kicked away on too many occasions. And Luke Gale flicks a beautiful ball out. Henry again tries to flick back on the inside, and Luke George backing up as he needs to do and scoring and dropping in over. A good play, good reaction, good what coaches call transition. You punish a mistake, you turn around, you get back and you play right into the face of the opposition as soon as you can. And I think Bradford look at themselves, and they did absolutely that on that occasion.
It's a debut try for Luke George. He had a little bit of a fumble, a little bit of a shaky start in the first half, but he's come up with the goods here. And this is a vital kick now for Jamie Foster. 14-4 scoreline at the moment. This for 16-4 pushes them out to a 2 converted try advantage. And Foster makes no mistake. It's a good kicker, is Jamie Foster. So that's the way it stands. Wakefield 4, Bradford 16.
Well, what on earth can Richard Agar do? You get a good take from the youngster, and Reece Lynn.
And it was George who forced the error, Steve. Did you notice that?
Yeah. But it's all about putting yourself in a position, okay? Element of luck. But the harder you work, the luckier you become. And that was good position by this one winger.
They just need to be a little bit careful. I know it's an obvious thing to say, but they really do. The Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, they expended an awful lot of energy in the opening 10, 15, 20 minutes of this game by the amount of penalties that they've given away. They've constantly gone to their right-hand side, the Bradford Bulls left. I know they've had a little bit of movement there, but for me, they need to change it. They need to shake it up. And that's not the way to do it.
Well, he's been very patient, Stuart. He's had a word with them. He didn't put them on a final warning, but that must be coming, surely.
Well, I don't think it'll be far away. And again, players who should be coming out the side of the ruck, the back of the ruck, just trying to come back over the top. It just delays the play of the ball, and we want it a bit quicker.
Trouble is, Stuart, it's just basic. These are professionals. They should understand that.
Well, it all seems to be the same at the start of the season. It takes a few games. But, you know, nowadays, the referee will call move. You just got to get out of there because they'll be expecting some movement. If you don't get it, they're going to blow the whistle.
Really Potis nose through the gap there. Danny Addy will play the ball, and then Chev Walker goes without it. Let's get down to Graham Beecroft.
Well, the news as far as Lee Gaskell is concerned for Bradford is that he isn't going to play any further part in this game. They're going to have a look at him on Monday. He's going to go for scans on Monday. He hasn't gone to hospital, but he will not play any further part in this game. But right at this moment, Bradford don't look as though they need him, Eddie.
No, they don't. They don't look as though they need him. Not at the moment.
No, they're looking good. You'd ask yourself the question, why are Wakefield sticking the hand in? Why are they trying to slow the ruck down? They're getting beaten at all ends up by the Bradford Bulls, big guys. They're powering in. Manakufoa has been very good, I believe, since he's come on. Mullally has done some damage as well. They're pumping in there, and Wakefield are not able to control them at the moment, and they're taking that shortcut. Leave the hand on the ball and slow as peel as you can off, and the referee's having none of it.
The common denominator in every single penalty I think that we've seen tonight is the fact that they have lost collision. And once you lose collision, you're always chasing the tackle. You're on the side, you're round the back. And the moment the opposition look like they're going to get the quick play of the ball in, by instinct, you try and slow it down. It's not working for them.
This is a chance with Lauatiti. Just back on the field. Another penalty. Well, it's, I'm afraid, becoming a penalty-a-thon if Sean McRae was still with us.
Monotonous, isn't it? Now, this is the point. We've been saying it ever since Jared Summit has come on the field of play. Can we see something from him? Again, we see Godine with the first receiver, and that's another error.
That ball was out the back. He threw that such little conviction in what he was going to do. That ball's got to go out the back.
and he took his eyes off the ball. Richard Agar, he cannot believe it.
Well, if you're a lead runner, your absolute responsibility is to make sure, if chosen by the halfback, your hands are ready, your eyes are open, your brain's engaged, and you're going to lead that ball into the opposition defence. You're not just a dummy runner, as he was then.
Well, 16-4, Bradford, and Wakefield with another knock-on. Bradford under the cosh a little bit, and struggling now to get the ball away from their own line. The Bulls, they might with Manakufoa.
Well, with a convincing lead, Eddie, that's where Bradford and their coach Francis Cummins were fully aware with the kicking game has to be very strong now. He's lost it.
Another knock-on.
Yeah.
Well, not only is it a penalty-a-thon, as Mullally gets to his feet and grimaces, it's a knock-on-a-thon.
Well, what it is great field position for Wakefield now. If they're going to get themselves back into the game, this is a gift. You're struggling, you're behind, you're doing all the wrong things, and then you force an opposition error like that. This is the same error that Bradford made against Castleford last week. Castleford were good enough to exploit it. Can Wakefield? Because I'm telling you now, they're around the 49-minute mark. They got to do something to show themselves, to show the supporters in this stadium that they have a chance of winning this game tonight.
For me, go for it on play one. Sammett's as quick and as elusive as anyone. Take him on.
Well, here is Sammett trying to do exactly that. His opening 20 minutes in the first half, he will care to forget, I think, the more forgettable moments, the memorable ones.
Yeah, you're right there, Eddie, and it's been good work by the fullback Brett Kearney as well, because he really has sorted himself out, and he's just made a beeline for him, hasn't he? Every time that Sammett gets it, Kearney's there. Good chance here.
Chain to Sykes. Oh, and he nearly gets through again. They managed to hold him out, Bradford, but they're so close to the line here of the Wildcats. McShane gives it to Sammett. Sammett then to Godinay. Godinay to Mathers. Mathers then short ball. And he did well.
Yeah. That's great defence.
Adam O'Brien is on there for the Bradford Bulls as well. Here is Mathers. Finds Godinay. Godinay tries to spread it on the bounce. It comes off the fingers of Ali Lautiti, and yet another error. And well, Richard Agar is getting more and more frustrated.
Yeah, well, he knows he's on TV as well, and that's why he's disappeared.
He's a right to be frustrated because, again, if I'm labouring the point, I apologise. Al Lautiti over Luke Gale. It was on for all money. You've got a man who's 6'3", 6'4", 17, 18 stone. Get the ball in his hands. It's a clear run at the halfback. They're better player. You've got to make the play.
Has he lost weight?
Well, Manakufoa hangs on to the ball grimly. And that was O'Brien at dummy half. Ooh, there's a big collision there. Mullally and Tautai.
He's a handful, though, isn't he, the big fella, Anthony Mullally.
Luke Gale's gone for a 40-20. He's gone for a 40-20. Reece Lynn just managed to get there before Luke George came off his knees.
Yeah, he looked very relaxed about it all. But it was a good kick and a good chase as well.
Peter Fox,
solid
defence.
Yeah, but someone needs to take control of Wakefield now. We keep bringing the praise of Jared Sammett, but Peter Godinay, he's got to start saying, come on, utilise the dummy runners, try something a little bit different.
Well, Godinay, former New Zealand Warriors.
That was high. Well, it's not the first occasion, has it? The big fella's just got himself involved.
Told you, Mike, needs to bend the knees.
Yeah, and stop the swing in the arm as well. That might help. Well, this is a crucial moment because Wakefield, they realise, and their fans here realise, they have not played well at all.
Not as well as they're capable of doing. 1,000 or so of them travelled to Salford last Sunday and saw them put in a really good last 40 minutes, Eddie. The second half was impressive on both sides. Right-hand side with Collis, left-hand side with Lautiti. So they know they can do it, they just haven't seen it tonight.
One thing that we must say, I think, about both of these sides, there's been such changes, so many men in and out of the door, a bit of a schmozzle here now because Sammett's getting a bit of treatment on the floor and Kermon coming to his rescue. So many men in and out for both these sides. They will, in fairness to them, take a little bit of time to bed in and settle down. They're bound to.
They will. That will take time. But I'll tell you what, I'll put a brave prediction out here. I think Wakefield have every chance of getting right back into this game and possibly pinching it. I've got a feeling they've got the class to do it. They just get their act together. They've got enough time.
Okay.
Well, they thought it was a bit of a throttle, but when you look at it, Addy really was across the chest.
Danny Addy. Danny Addy, yeah. Okay, cheers. Danny, I need you here, please. Who's the captain at the minute, boys?
He's calling Danny Addy, he's calling the captain out as well.
Hang on a second. Yeah, hang on. Okay. The penalty's against you. You've ended up in a cushy type position. He's ended up at the back. It's a penalty. It's going on report as well.
So the incident's on report.
Yeah. Tackle technique last seen by Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man.
I think he's concerned about a bit of a crusher coming down on the back of the neck and putting the pressure on him. So I think they'll. It's obviously on report and they'll look at that on Monday.
McShane's a key. Take them on a little bit more. He sent out the pass.
Godinay gets the ball to Lauatiti. Oh, boom! Get out of the way. And he'll take the 4 points for Ali Lauatiti. What a crunching bang and barge that was for Big Ali. Well, his 50th appearance for Wakefield. This his 250th in the British game. Try and won't disallowed at Salford. Try here tonight, and maybe, just maybe, this breathes life into the Wakefield challenge.
That's how to run onto a ball, and that's how to just pop it up. Peter Godinay. We said he had to just front up, step up to the plate, and create something, and Godinay certainly did. Get out of the way, Mr. Kearney. Yep. It's the try they needed.
Paul Cullen
and they could just turn it all around, Brian.
Steve-O, Paul Cullen has called all night for them to run Ali Lauatiti at that gap between Luke Gale and whoever's defending inside or outside him, or run straight at Luke Gale. Well, they did on that occasion. I mean, if I was Brett Carney, I'd have been jumping out of the way myself. He was brave to put himself in front of Ali Lauatiti, but they've got it right, Paul, on that occasion.
They have. It's a double whammy. A, there are not many scrum halves that are great defenders, and B, Luke Gale is controlling everything that they do.
Big moment for Jared Samet. He's taking the kicking responsibilities away from Paul Sykes. And is this the moment when Jared Samet kicks his first points for Wakefield, ironically, against the Bradford Bulls? And yes, he does. So Wakefield are back in the hunt. Samet apologised to the supporters this week. He said family comes first. That's why he signed a 2-year deal here.
Yeah, beautiful pass delayed. Nothing wrong with the fence. Right across the chest of Brett Kearney. Well, he's famous for offloading and giving his players that support. But on that occasion, he came like an express train. And you're right. Not many people would have stopped him.
No, he is difficult. But that try will count for nothing, Eddie, if they go back into their previous pattern of play, giving away penalties and dropping easy ball. Get back into knocking out your sets, get into your kick and start turning the ball around and forcing Bradford to come off their own line, or else this Bradford team will make you pay.
And isn't it amazing, you know, you get through a game where they haven't played well and all of a sudden there's a little bit of a fracas down there, little pushing and shoving, and all of a sudden the adrenaline hits them and they come up with a try. Maybe they can keep it up.
These are the games that you have to win when you're in this position. Trying to take points off St Helens away and Leeds away, Warrington away, etc., etc. Wigan are going to be very, very difficult. You've got to take points off teams that are going to be in the same league position-ish as you. This is vital for Wakefield that they mount another challenge, build some more pressure.
Samet, oh, what a pass that is to Lauatiti. Another good ball away then to Sykes. Sykes, oh, he gave it straight to Luke Gale.
Well, he could see the winger there. He could see that Reece Lynn, it would have been a walk-in for Lynn. Great play. But Luke Gale said, I'll have it.
Well, he's got carried away. There was two brilliant balls beforehand. Samet had done so well, Lauatiti had done so well. And I think Paul Sykes would probably get guilty of getting carried away on that. Again, there's nothing wrong with taking the tackle, getting up and playing the next play. You've already made the break.
Could have been a try of the season, that. Could easily have been a try of the season.
And I think that's the key, Eddie. It doesn't need to be at this stage. Just build pressure. They're going to crack at some point. They have to.
Nice little kick down the line.
And
Mather's not interested in that.
And that's good thinking as well. Well, he was the saviour a few moments ago. Luke Gale got the intercept, and that's not a bad idea. Just kick it into the corner, just calm things down.
Well, he's there for 2 years. New contract extension, a vital role now that Samet is on the other side of the field. He missed the first 10 rounds of 2013, by the way, did Luke Gale. Richie Mathers, the Wakefield full-back, not interested in attempting the kick, which was bouncing horribly down the touchline.
Now then, they brought the winger in tight. Is this going to be a kick and chase?
I think bringing him in might just for a little bit of pace, you'd have thought, and a quick play the ball, and it's not worked.
Big collisions out there tonight.
Yeah, Mullally has put himself about, hasn't he? He's certainly robust, I'll put it that way.
And there he is again. Good ball back on the inside, finds Mathers. Mathers hangs on.
Well, that's messing around. That could have been a penalty.
McShane, good run from McShane. Good ball from him to Anderson. Here now is Samet. This is Samet. Dabs the ball through. The call was on from Kermond. Kearney has come up with an error, and Kermond has got it back for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. Back to 0. Samet will score! Jared Samet will score!
He'll go upstairs.
Wakefield. I'm sure he's got this down.
That will be tackled.
It was quick thinking.
Can you just check if he got to the line?
Took it low, went in for the whitewash. He's not so sure himself.
Just the grounding, Stuart.
Yeah, I don't think there's any problem with it being held up. It's whether he actually got it down on the ground this time. We can see the ball's on the ground at that point. Did he actually get it onto the line? All he has to do is touch part of the line for it to be a try.
Oh, he's short. He's way short. Or is he? Or is that a double movement?
Well, it won't be a double movement because the tackle's never complete. He's always going. But it's whether he's got to the line or not is the problem.
He knew exactly what he had to do. If he stays upright, Chev Walker deals with him. He dove as quick as he could down to the ground, get his body down low, makes it a lot harder for the defenders to tackle, takes Danny Addy out of the equation, and it's whether or not Chev Walker's right thigh has managed to stop Jared Samet presenting that ball onto the line. You give that try to Adrian Purtell in the first half, I think you might have to give that to Jared Samet.
I think he's short, Brian. I really do. I think it's good work by Walker. Had to be as well. Did the right thing, didn't he? Samet sliding through, and I think you'll find that the right knee of Walker has denied him. See the right knee coming round. No try.
I think he's short, and I think Wakefield need to get themselves in position.
Well, this is a bit tighter, this look here. I think on this shot, if the shot carries through, you might just see the ball on the line at that point there. Oh, no, that's.
No, I think he's short. That's his. That's the knee, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the
short,
knee of Walker. So,
yeah, I would draw my comment. I would say no try.
I think it's no try.
The decision is no try.
Well, they're in with a very, very good position here.
well, if they're short of the line, surely they take the play the ball 10 metres back. Well,
It should be right on the
it
line.
should be right on the line, that shouldn't it?
Yeah, they made an error there. Ooh, that. Well, went over the horizontal, looking to get away with that.
Here's a chance, though. Another chance for Wakefield. They're driving this ball in all the time, using the big fellas. McShane waits as the ball is played to him by Scott Anderson. Oh, and this is Godinet again. This time he's wrapped up by the good defence.
They need the big fellas out here on that right-hand side. They've gone blind.
Danny Bridge and Adam O'Brien, and Lauatiti again. This time, once more, Wakefield just come up short of the line.
It's great defence again, isn't it? Look at Chev Walker's contribution in stopping Jared Samet, and the amount of players they put around Ali Lauatiti, aware of his danger, aware of the threat he holds. They needed that many. That was great defence from the Bradford side. They now got to run the ball out here, make no mistakes, and get yourself to a kick. Just take that pressure off that Wakefield are starting to apply.
Yes, Wakefield hunting the mistake from the Bradford Bulls here.
More importantly, Wakefield not give away a silly penalty.
He nearly did then. He so nearly gave it away then.
It should have been,
Anderson.
Eddie. It should have been.
Good carry by Chev Walker.
Just because you don't make contact doesn't mean to say that it can't be a penalty. That was a high swinger.
Patel goes down, that's the last one. They've made some good ground here. The kick now is so important from Gale. He shuffles it wide to Carney. He gets the kick away. Good kick too. And it hit the ground. This could go anywhere. Goes into the arms of Rhys Lynn, as it turns out.
Yeah, and it'll be going through his mind as soon as he took that ball to keep hold of it as well. Remember, he came up with the error that allowed the try.
Peter Fox now for the Wildcats. Top try scorer for Wakefield last year, 17. He could do with another one here tonight now. But they're applying the pressure, Wakefield. They've got plenty of time left. The pendulum is suddenly swinging the Wildcats' way.
Well, they're playing with a lot more balance. They've cut out too much flair, and they know that it's good field position that's needed.
That's Collis. Here is Godinay. Oh, it was a bit too fancy.
Well, did it hit the man, or did he get a finger to it? Either way,
it's a knock on by Wakefield.
Yeah, Anderson. Well, I just said they'd get back to basics, and what did they do? They tried something too fancy.
Yeah, I think you've got to straighten up more on those drop-off lines. Commit a defender, then moving over, then drop the player back into the gap, and that was just a rehearsed play simply for the sake of doing it. If you look to the left edge, then you had Samet virtually out there on his own. It wasn't the play to go back on the inside.
Yeah, 16-10 now in favour of Bradford, and levelling up on the tackle success rate. Meters are coming closer, in fact, just slightly in favour of Wakefield, and that margin that's predicted has come back down. The state of play and the amount of ball that Bradford have would only be predicting a 4-point margin from that earlier 8-point margin.
So it really is tight as a drum everywhere, and it's only one converted try that Wakefield are behind. 17.5 minutes remaining, plenty of time. Time is on their side, on the side of both teams actually. Bradford to score a couple more, and Wakefield to score a couple to win the match. Couldn't be better poised on this Thursday night. Here is Luke Gale again, and back he comes, and here come the Bradford Bulls with Patel, tackled by his opposite number, Dean Collis, or fiddling and faffing about by Collis.
Silly play by Collis. Addy with the high kick.
It is. Oh, this is a real spiral. He's dropped it. He's dropped it, has Richie Mathers.
Good job that Rhys Lynn was there. Boy, that was a high kick. That was a belter. He just was off balance, wasn't he?
It was all over the place in the air. That was really, really spiralling.
Sidlow, Scruton and Carney have made this. It's the chase that puts pressure. No chases there. Richie Mather will catch those. It's the effort that those players put in, and two of them were front rowers. One was the fullback, Brett Carney.
The white lights were on, though, Brian. Mathers was in reverse.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. Well, first of all, I wouldn't have caught the thing, but if I did, I wouldn't like to look up and see Adam Sidlow and Nick Scruton coming at me. It'd be belted back into the in goal.
And he could have heard them as well.
Well, they're lucky, aren't they, really? When you think about it, it could have been a knock-on right on their own line. Now they've got the opportunity to get a good drop kick, get their defence up there and sort it out.
And maybe Richie Mathers a little bit confused then, because it was Danny Addy actually put the bomb up. You know, it's not his usual game. There he is on a big straight hard carry. He had enough skills to put a ball in his air that the fullback couldn't take.
That was a tremendous effort in the defence there from Luke Walshaw. 21 years of age, sub last week as well. He only made 4 appearances in 2013. Now then, what can Bradford do here with Scruton? He was fed then by Adam Sidlow.
Well, Bradford really need to get out their hooker, Matt Diskin, and their captain.
That's a lovely run.
He's on the sidelines at the moment. I don't know whether he's injured, but really, he's the man out there that can just steer them to victory.
Great run from Addy. Great fend and defence there from Adam O'Brien. And Adam O'Brien, he fed to go left. He fed to go right, rather. He came left. And all the Wakefield defence went in the opposite direction. And Adam O'Brien, 20 years of age, he was out on dual registration at Dewsbury 17 times last year. He's yet to start a match for the Bradford Bulls. Always off the bench, the hooker. And that's a real hooker's try, isn't it? A pinch from Dunley.
It was a real mess, wasn't it, by Richie Mathers? Okay, Riesling got there, but this is a wonderful try from the hooker.
You got to deal with the threat. Richie Mathers is too keen to get over and across. You'll see on another shot, he puts his head down and he starts running to his left. Too keen to get over there. He's over past the referee. You've got to deal with the immediate threat, which is the ball at the ruck.
Well, congratulations to Francis Cummins for making this change, because Adam O'Brien coming on and scoring the try from dummy half. And the word we've got from the touchline and Graham Beecroft is that there's no injuries to Matt Diskin. And so that's why he's out there, and he's come up with the goods. And Foster here could easily re-establish the 12-point advantage that Wakefield were just nibbling away at, weren't they? So Foster with the opportunity here. Should kick this, and does. Back to a 12-point advantage for the beleaguered Bradford Bulls.
It's just what you need from a substitute, isn't it? Especially from the hooker. Threw the dummy, went through. He'll enjoy that, and why shouldn't he? But I've got to say that Bradford just went back to honest basics. No frills, no fuss. Got to the last. High kick, forced the error. Then they get up the try.
And the kick, Mike, you're right, rattled, I think, Richie Mathers at fullback, and Brian nailed it. Richie Mathers usually defends as the second marker. They operate a one-marker system with the fullback coming in as a second marker and then releasing. He released too early, and as all good dummy halves hookers do, huddle up, plays with his eyes open and realised there was a massive hole for him to run through.
Yeah, it was great work by the young kid, and I just cannot see Wakefield getting back into this game at all, because the way that Bradford just utilised their set of 6, and they're doing it again. They're going a little bit early. They're going on the 4th rather than waiting till the last. This will be a good chase as well. And it is. Look at the numbers there.
Yes, good chase to greet Peter Fox, who carries the ball back after the kick.
Hold, Daniel, hold.
They'll try and play Wakefield now in their own half of the field if they can. Do Wakefield have the ace up their sleeve? Do they have something in the tank in the last 13 minutes or so of this match? Here's Walshaw again.
They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Brett Kearney is really deep in defence. Maybe the option of just to throw the dummy or the short pass, maybe the little kick over the top, or even the dribble. It's not easy to get past this defence. There's a kick right into the corner.
From Jared Samet. Kearney, the fullback, picks it up. Samet's after him. That's a great chase from Jared Samet. And Diskin has returned to the fray.
And that's a smart move by Francis Cummins. Okay, the youngster, Adam O'Brien, went over for the vital try, but he knows that the experience of Diskin should see them home. I say should. Going to make sure they don't come up with any errors.
Interesting that O'Brien's still out there. The man he replaced him actually was Chev Walker then. So they're playing with the 2 hookers, aren't they? They're playing with this young man, they're playing with Diskin. And Diskin now operating there, just
he's big, strong
outside
enough,
the ruck.
and experienced enough, Eddie, to play in that loose forward role as well, and drive the ball up and support some of the big props. I'll tell you, they've done the right thing there. You just get to the kick. A couple of dummy half runs from the outside back. Jamie Foster flicked the ball away, a little bit loose, didn't go anywhere. A couple of big runs and get to the kick. Oh, this doesn't help though.
No, it doesn't help from Danny Bridge. Just had a little extra wrestle on the ground at Richie Mathers.
Yeah, just pushed at the vital moment. They've done all the hard work.
And again, penalties have evened up 8 apiece.
And again, you're giving penalties away because you're losing the initial collision. You're going backwards, you're falling off, and the temptation is to go back on and have another nibble. It never works.
So Godinay, not a little break through the line. Just lost his footing at the vital moment. Did Daniel Smith. And Mathers. Can they get back into this match, Wakefield?
McShane, throw the dummy, maybe.
Looking, he's scheming all the time. Back it comes. Godinet, looped pass. Samet, kick to the in-goal area. And Foster's there. And Foster is bundled over the dead ball line. But to the rescue comes Jamie Foster.
Well, at least they've applied the pressure, and that's the most important thing, and Richard Agar knows it. They'll get another set of 6, but they know time is against them.
That's the thing, Steve. The clock is ticking, and this pressure is good. It had been great to see it at the start of the game, where they were able to stem that tide that Bradford were flowing forward with. You're going to have to see this pressure turn into points pretty quickly. They're going to have to score in the next 4 or 5 minutes, give themselves a chance, and set us up for a grandstand finish. Great break, though, on that occasion by Daniel Smith. Really split the defence, and they recovered well with Samet's kick.
Well, Wakefield now, they've had enough time to work out exactly where they want to go and what they want to do on this set.
Walshaw comes up with the error on the first.
Lucas Walshaw, well, that just about sums it up. That was a good hit there. Got the shoulder in, did Matt Diskin, and that was enough to release the ball. This will be up the jumper time now for Bradford. They've got the kicking game sorted.
Sidlow. Oh, and another penalty comes from the whistle of Robert Hicks. And the question's being asked by Adam O'Brien, do we take the 2 from halfway with Foster on the field? This could easily settle the match if Foster kicks this.
Yeah, well,
I think he's going to have a go.
Yeah, well, he knows he's got the power, and that's the most important thing. Even if he misses it, he realizes, A, the time will be eaten up slightly, and that he'll get the ball back, because he has the power, this kid.
Well, he's taking a drink, taking his time, taking all the advice in the world. Because the clock will stop eventually, won't it, Stuart?
The clock will stop a minute after the penalty was awarded. He's allowed a minute, and then the clock stops. So we don't lose more than a minute's time.
On the line. Thanks.
Well, this could be it. If they get this over,
Time off 1 minute.
I think you'd have to say it's well and truly curtains
Make sure you stay on side, guys.
for the home side.
Clock has stopped now. He's had the minute.
You can see by his fringe, Eddie, that there's not much of a breeze in the stadium. So that shouldn't really affect this kicking.
Well, Francis Cummins knows this is a vital kick, because if he kicks this, it makes it even more difficult
Do you know,
for Wakefield to get back.
That's always amazed me, Brian. Do they actually wear gel when they're playing out there?
Long time since you needed to speak about gel.
It's the view that Francis Cummins has this. He's watching it every inch of the way. Foster has not quite got the distance. So Wakefield live on. Here comes Mathers. Solid run, 30 metres made. Good run from Mathers. Didn't quite have the power, did he? Had the direction, not the power.
And that surprised me, Eddie. Either way now, it's...
well, he's got 900 career points as well tonight, is Jamie Foster.
Yeah, Bradford realise now that this is a replay. Well short. McShane with a break.
Smith goes down again. McShane scoots in at dummy half. Here is Samet. Was that missed penalty the lifeline that Wakefield wanted? Lauatiti, the ball flicks off fingertips, finds Mathers. Here is Godinet. Godinet looking, trying to prize an opening.
Well, it was looking for support there. Some of the dummy run come on the angle, and they were just holding off.
Tap time, drops it. And Richard Agar just turns away. Oh, come on. Well, he went for the big shot. Thank goodness he missed.
Yeah, but the intent was there. Oh, that really is a bad error.
Well, who would be a coach, eh? Particularly this year with all the pressure, top and bottom.
They're making a liar out of me, Eddie. This is nothing like their second half performance. It wasn't even like their first half performance when they were 18-0 down against the Red Devils. This has been poor from the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. Poor. If I saw this at the start of the season without seeing last week's game, I thought that's what I expected. You know, they've had a disrupted pre-season, but they were good last week, especially in the second 40. Brian Noble, the Red Devils coach, acknowledged it, but tonight they've been awful.
Yep. I'd have to agree with you with that, Brian. It's, well, the error count, the lack of discipline, especially early in the game. Okay, the penalty count may have just evened itself out throughout the match, but it was those early penalties that they gave away that allowed this Bradford side to take control.
We almost forget it's the team, the opposition, the visitors that lost one of their ball players, Lee Gaskell, at the start of the game. Lost one of their ball players during the week, Jared Sammet, who's playing for the opposition. Yet they've come here tonight after losing to Castleford last week, and they're the ones that have come in, turned the screw and put in a great performance.
And grown with confidence with every mistake that Wakefield have made or every penalty that they've given away.
Great tackle from Patel on his opposite number. That's been a great contest between Collis and Patel tonight.
Yeah, both in defence and attack. They've both shown good skill factors, that's for sure. They've got to keep it alive.
But it's still the last tackle. Little dab through by
well, it looked
Ryan.
It looked for a moment that Luke Georgiani has offloaded. Oh, Francis Cummins will be saying, listen, we just have to control it. Nothing fancy. We've got this game in the bag.
I just wonder whether the Jared Sammet affair last weekend has galvanised Bradford to come here and put this performance in and take the points home.
Without a doubt, Eddie, the Bradford side said a few weeks ago, listen, we all stick together, nobody leaves the club. And I'm afraid that when Jared Sammet left, they knew they were going to give him a very warm welcome, and they have. And to be fair, they've kept him very quiet indeed.
Michael, add to that, before Jared Sammet got on the field, Wakefield are giving away penalty after penalty after penalty. That's just the biggest factor.
Here they come again then, Bradford with Adam Sidlow. He goes down under that challenge, that two-man challenge. Diskin waits, and it comes back to Luke Gale and further back to Brett Carney, and Carney will just hammer this ball over the dead ball line. And Bradford will line up on the 30 and say, get past us if you can. It's a massive win, this, for Francis Cummins, because you can't see Wakefield coming back and scoring 3 tries in the last 4 minutes.
No, it's well and truly over, and fair play to Francis Cummins. Okay, they come up against a Wakefield side that has not been brilliant, but you've got to say that you can only play as well against the opposition. Bradford's defence and the enthusiasm has been far greater than the home side.
Big Ali goes down, tries to get a quick play, the ball away, and it was very untidy. Could have been a knock on. Godinez dumps it down again, the ball hits the ground. Here comes Lauatiti once more. Lauatiti shrugs a couple off, gets the ball away. Sammet is cut down by another fine flying tackle. Mathers gets it away to Kermond, he loses the ball. Bradford come up with it once again. Danny Addy gets it off the deck, keeps the movement going to Foster. He's clattered to the ground by Kermond.
And that mistake came about. Danny Kermond couldn't hold the ball because of the enthusiastic defence getting to him.
Luke Gale, they go from left to right. And here is Adam Henry. Oh, that's got to be a penalty, hasn't it? No, play on. There's interference in the ruck there by the Wakefield defenders. Diskin will take it forward.
He said it wasn't deliberate.
Deliberate or not, he's all over the place. The ball is kicked away.
Go for one, go for one, go on, put a smile on my face. Kearney, is he standing out? They've gone short.
Scruton.
Here we go.
Here's a one-pointer from Luke Gale. Yes, that seals it. No doubts about it now. Luke Gale with the drop goal. And Bradford go home with a vital 2 points.
And this is what you call sheer professionalism. Luke Gale, plenty of time, no one to interrupt him. And that, my friends, is the icing on a cake. He's had a fine match. And as Paul has mentioned earlier, remember very early in the game they lost the standoff. Lee Gaskell, it was a bitter blow for them, but the combination of Luke Gale and of course Brent Kearney has had to come up and make the standoff position. They have worked hard, but the one man that really turned it all around early in the game was a running from dummy half by Matt Diskin. He was outstanding.
You're right, Mike, there's been some huge performances from the Bradford Bulls. Luke Gale has been in everything that they've done. Diskin from dummy half has been quality all the way through. I'd like to add Danny Addy in there as well. I'm sure pre-game he wasn't thinking about playing standoff. Gaskell injured very, very early on. He's played as a standoff, a left second rower, almost a loose forward, and he's made a contribution into almost every aspect of the Bradford play. He might be visiting the tribunal. He's on report. That may just be a little bit of a mark against him, but they've responded well. And I like Purtell. Made a few mistakes early on and has shown that character that we always expect from the Bradford Bulls.
This is Peter Fox. Lateral run. Straight into the chest of Tautai. McShane is waiting as Fox gingerly gets to his feet. He was hurt in that clatter.
Which is not surprising because some of the impact of this Bradford defence, especially with the forwards. You know, you go through them, Scruton, Sidlow, Bridge, Donaldson. They've worked really, really hard. It's been a good effort, and I'm sure that Francis Cummins, the coach, will be more than happy with it, especially with the enthusiasm. Look at that defence. It's been cruel at times.
It has, and Richie Mathers has the wind taken out of his sails. The ball has come. Oh, hello. Lauatiti on the ground with Luke Gale.
Consultancy man of the match is the 11, sponsored by RCM.
Well, that doesn't look very good on second looking, and looks even worse on third viewing. Frustration for Lauatiti, frustration for Wakefield. That's a big 2 points for Bradford, though, Paul.
Oh, it is, and that issue with Lauatiti against the halfback, you know, he's a very, very strong, dynamic player. I just think with a little bit more ball, a few less penalties, very easy for me to say, that's an area that Wakefield should have utilised a little bit more, especially when Luke Gale has been so dominant for the Bradford Bulls. So regardless, though, of what's happened pre-match for both sides, I think the early penalties from Wakefield unsettled them, and everyone gave the Bradford Bulls more confidence.
There's the final siren in the background. This is going to be the last play, and Kermon taking it forward, goes down, loses the ball. Carney picks it up for the Bulls. That will do. This has been a priceless 2 points for Bradford. Not the prettiest of 2 point wins, not the prettiest of performances by Bradford, but absolutely valuable. So valuable. And there's the man of the match, Matt Diskin. He's with Graham.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you very much indeed. Matt, you're man of the match. Many congratulations. How does it feel to win that game like that?
It's a good one. We needed it. We didn't perform too well last weekend, so get back on the horse today. The boys played tough. We played a bit dumb at times, but we played tough and got the win.
And defensively, you were very solid most of the way through that game. That must have been pleasing.
But we had to be. We gifted them a lot of ball in key areas, and we scrambled very hard for each other. One trait about this team, we're very honest, we work hard for each other, and that showed tonight.
And you did it losing Lee Gaskell very early in the game too.
Yeah, he's a massive loss for us. It's going to be a big year for us this year, Lee, and to lose him so early, Danny Addyfield in there did a fantastic job.
After that defeat against Castleford, this must be a big boost for the lads. You'll be absolutely delighted, I've no doubt.
Yeah, we needed it, you know. Today and against Castleford, we didn't perform to where we need to be, but we're getting there. We're playing tough, we're playing with some character. The rest of it will come.
It clearly wasn't a blow to your overall confidence, that first game result.
It is, and we're confident in the group of players we've got. We've worked hard all pre-season. Last week was just a blip. We've got back to it today, and we want to keep building on it.
Congratulations, thank you.
Very much. Cheers.
Hardly a golden performance, hardly a golden point, but absolutely priceless 2 points for the Bradford Bulls.